Creating digital products is all the rage these days, and with good reason. You get incredible margins and the ability to stop trading your time for money. So in this video, we're gonna dig into 3 examples of YouTubers from completely different niches that are productizing their expertise and scaling their digital empires. If you enjoy this video, be sure to check out my other videos on productizing yourself, which I've released in the last few weeks. As usual though, feel free to use these timestamps to help you navigate through these examples. And without further ado, let's jump into it. Our first example comes from the YouTuber Sonia Teach. Her unique value proposition is to help people make more money and work less while teaching online. In other words, she helps tutors start their businesses. Let's go ahead and jump into Sonia's channel to figure out what she's good at. What you'll notice as we navigate to her site is that she has a great catalog of at least 50 videos or so that are going over some commonly asked questions that somebody that might be looking to teach online would be asking themselves. For example, when they should increase their prices or what tools they should use in order to be most efficient with online tutoring. These are the sorts of challenges that a person that's trying to tutor online would want to address. When I dig into her most popular videos, I can see that people really like her videos on the 3 online teaching tools for teachers, the best online tutoring whiteboards, and what you need to tutor online. So these sorts of videos would help somebody address a pain point that they are experiencing if they were to start teaching online. What we can see here is that Sonia's content has been positively received, as she has about 7,500 subscribers that are following her for her regular content. Her YouTube channel is more than likely her primary lead gen to her website. So let's go ahead and take a look at her website. So to get to her website here, we're gonna go to the About section of her YouTube page, and then we're going to figure out if we can go to her website from here. So we are now on her website, and if I go to her homepage, what I can see is that right at the very beginning of her homepage, she reiterates her unique value proposition, which is helping teachers start a profitable online tutoring business so they can make more money and work less hours. So again, great consistency from Sonia here. And what we want to then figure out is, how is she productizing herself? What is she doing to leverage her time a little bit more? To figure out how she's positioning herself, we need to dig into her services page. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump to her services page, and there's a few things right off the bat that I notice. The first thing that I notice is that she offers private one-on-one coaching. Her one-on-one coaching is an example of not productizing herself, and the reason why is because she has to actually physically be there for every single one-on-one session, whether that's done virtually or remotely, it doesn't matter. She still has to invest that same hour of time in order to earn anything from her customer. That being said, when we take a look at her second offering, we can see that she has an offer called the 4-Figure Tutor Society, and this is a monthly membership that includes group coaching calls, monthly masterclasses, and a private Facebook group of supportive tutors who want to make 1K a month. This is a better example of how she's productizing herself and her skills, because she's putting people together in a group coaching call, which allows her to introduce some time leverage on her side, because she no longer has to necessarily just be one-on-one coaching with somebody, but she can work with a smaller group of tutors. The other thing that she's leveraging here is this community she's building, in which there's probably a group of pretty active people looking to tutor online or already tutoring online that are able to help each other out that they wouldn't be able to easily find elsewhere on the internet. When we do a deeper dive into her 4-Figure Tutor Society, we will quickly find that it is a $37 a month subscription. And so this is a great example of building recurring revenue for your business, because as long as a person is active in this group, she will be earning $37 in revenue that is somewhat predictable every single month, that allows her to understand and anticipate how much revenue she's going to be earning from her 4-Figure Tutor Society product. Overall, I like her direction here with a recurring revenue model, because it forces her to continue to keep creating value for her customers in order to keep their memberships active. That being said, as I dug deeper down into her landing page, I noticed that she mentioned different masterclasses that she regularly hosts on tasks that you should be doing to move your business forward, but she didn't actually provide real-world examples of what those masterclass topics are. So if I were her watching this video, I would try to be a little bit more explicit with the value that she is providing to her customers. As we sift through her testimonial section, we can see that she's seen some student success, and she shares those stories, as well as some screenshots down here of different students who have been able to secure tutoring clients from her services. This is a really good start for Sonia because even if she only has 10 people in this group and they're paying her $47 a month, that is close to $6,000 in revenue every single year that she is building into her business, which allows her to then invest back into her business and continue to grow it in other areas. What's great here is that it's a highly scalable product as opposed to that first offer with one-on-one private coaching. The last thing we'll look at is her Happy Tutor shop. So let's go ahead and take a look there. When we click into that, what we'll notice is that she has all sorts of different offers that she is giving people. She's got things like bundles of helping people get started with their tutoring business, how to find them online. And what I like about this overall page is that she has a lot of different priced offerings for people, which allows her to better identify what people are willing to pay for different things that she has expertise on. So notice how the tutoring business plan, for example, is only $14. So this would be targeted more towards the person that probably doesn't have that big of a budget right now, but wants to either support her or start to experience her products, versus something that would be something more elaborate like the Start Your Own Tutor Business Bundle, which is $97. Something that I will say that she could improve is she includes her other offers on this tutor shop page, which is a little redundant because I just came from a page that had this offer. That being said though, this is a small critique that's more of a UI critique than it is about her products. What's really nice about all of these products though is, again, she's able to make these products once and sell them countless times with pretty much a 99% margin on every single sequential copy. Overall, I think Sonia is doing a good job of productizing her skills. She has products at different price points in order to cater to different demographics in her audience. It's also great to see that she has mostly leveraged products with the exception of her one-on-one private coaching, which I'm sure over time she would probably just close off if she were really tight on time. There are really two things that I would consider for her if I were to try to improve her pages. The first one is to really tighten down on her offers. I think that some of the copy on her landing pages is very generic and it doesn't actually highlight the outcomes that people want from her sort of products. And the other thing is to reduce the number of offerings that she has for her products. I think that with so many different products in her tutor shop, for example, that by simply simplifying her catalog to have fewer SKUs, maybe 2 or 3 products to offer, she could actually see an increase in her conversions by doing so. Before we move on to our next example, if you're finding this video helpful, do me a favor and hit that like button below. And also, if you're new here, I'd love if you consider subscribing. I create content on sales, digital marketing, and entrepreneurship every single week to help you level up your business skills. Our second example is Morton from Passive Income Geek. I really like this guy because he comes across as super genuine and he's really good at what he does, which is building passive income sites. And if we were to take a quick look at his YouTube channel, we can see that he knows what he's talking about. So let's go ahead and take a look. Doing the same thing we've done, which is we can sort by most popular videos, we can see that Morton has a ton of videos on all sorts of topics around niche websites. He goes over things like setting up Ezoic, comparing Ezoic to AdThrive, as well as blogging niches that are not saturated and commonly asked questions that people would have if they are trying to create sites. So really quickly, what I can tell is that he has a really extensive library of content that he gives away for free, and it's clear that it's delivered a lot of value because at the time of this recording, he has 5,000 subscribers. What I can also tell is that his YouTube channel is clearly his main traffic driver for his website. So now let's go ahead and take a look at Morton's website. So as we navigate to the homepage of his website, right off the bat, what we'll see is his direct offer to his audience. He sells a course for $299 in the first year, followed by a $99 recurring subscription. Do you notice a pattern here? Morton has a recurring revenue component which is comparable to Sonia Teach's revenue component, except instead of it being a monthly recurring subscription, it is an annual recurring subscription. This is beneficial for Morton for 2 reasons. The first reason why is because it makes it clear that he needs to continue to add value to his existing customers in order for them to be motivated to renew, and also it helps him build some predictability into his revenue, which gives him a strong base for him every single successive year that he is building this product. Something else you'll notice as we start working our way down this landing page is that this is Morton's offer. He has a community component to this course, but this is pretty much his singular offer. And this is a distinct difference from Sonia's offerings, because on Sonia's case, we had a ton of different product lines, whereas in Morton's case, he has a singular offer. The other thing you'll notice as we work our way down through Morton's landing page is that he really does a good job of outlining the clear outcomes that his audience is going to benefit from if they were to buy his course. This is comparable to the section on Sonia's course where she was talking about the different masterminds that she might have every single week in her tutor society. But what Morten does so much differently is that he gives specifics as to the sorts of things that people are always asking him. And this really helps build up his authority on this landing page and makes it a much more effective landing page at converting. As we work our way further down the page, we can see the sorts of example sites that he has had success with, as well as just more about what some testimonials had to say about Morten or his work. So what's really nice about this is that, again, it's a singular offer that he is offering his audience, which allows him to bifurcate the customers that are willing to pay versus the customers that will be free today. From looking at his course, it looks like it's delivered in the format of text as well as videos, which is commonly accepted for online courses. Something I really liked about Morten's page is that he talked about a look over my shoulder approach towards how he builds these sorts of things. This is a proven model that is super effective when it comes to packaging some sort of productized skill of yours or service that you historically do for others. In fact, if you watched my prior video, it was literally an idea of mine for how to create good SOPs versus bad SOPs when it comes to delegating to virtual assistants. So overall, it's really clear that Morten knows what he's doing as he built this landing page. He has one clear offer and he's super specific in every single point of the landing page as to what the outcomes are for the person, which is step number 3 of productizing yourself. The only thing that I'd potentially recommend for a passive income geek is to create a lower ticket offer. That's something that Sonia did have that was much better. And the reason why is because this simply helps you better identify the people that are more willing to support you, even if they can't necessarily buy your full flagship course. Overall though, with Morten's higher ticket offering, the math works out even better for him. Even though he has fewer subscribers with 5,000 subscribers, if we were to just assume a 0.5% of a conversion or 25 people buying this course, it would be the equivalent of generating $7.5 grand in revenue in the first year, followed by at least $2K in recurring revenue, even assuming that 20% of his customers were to churn. This just goes to show you how scalable things can get if you are able to productize your skills or services into different offerings. Comment below, who do you think has the better productized strategy right now, Morten or Sonia? Now let's go ahead and jump into our final example for the day. Our last example is Adam Erhart. He's another marketer on YouTube and he's been at it for a few years and has over 50,000 subscribers. His unique value proposition is helping you learn proven marketing strategies and to help you grow your business online. Let's go ahead and take a look at his YouTube channel. Notice how he has a really broad range of topics. He talks about things ranging from just general digital marketing to specific strategies on Instagram to apply for your business. This allows him to have a lot more upside when it comes to productizing his skills or services because he's not super niche down like the prior 2 examples we've gone over. As we navigate to Adam's website, his offers become really clear. Let's go ahead and scroll down and take a look at his 3 offerings. The first offer he has is the Perfect Video Script. When we click into the Perfect Video Script, we see a landing page in which it's an offer that helps people figure out what sort of script they can use to create more engaging YouTube videos. So what you can tell from this is that this is Adam's Tripwire offer. In other words, it's the lowest priced offer that Adam wants you to engage with his brand, just to demonstrate to him that you are potentially more interested in his products in the future if you were to get results with this product today. So what this probably does is it leads to a more advanced offering that he sells you later on, but this is a good example in which it's comparable to Sonia's tutoring shop earlier on with all those different downloadables that she had priced below $100. The next offer we can see is his one-on-one coaching and consulting. In this situation, we're not going to dig into this page because it's not a productized service. It's not something in which Adam can divorce his time from his income. And so let's go ahead and take a look at his last offering, which is his Digital Marketing Academy. As I open up the page for the Digital Marketing Academy, I get that this is all about helping somebody learn the workings of online marketing. So how to overcome that overwhelm when it comes to marketing online and growing your business online, which again aligns to Adam's unique value proposition. The other thing that I want you to notice is that Adam talks all about the problems that his customers are facing. They're challenged by things like how to post Instagram stories that are actually engaged with, or how to provide offers that people will actually be interested in. These are the sorts of things that small business owners are always trying to solve for. And so from here, he starts to introduce his solution, which is the Digital Marketing Academy. And what I can tell is that this is probably an online course, and we can clearly see as we scroll further down the page, that's exactly what it is. There's different modules that break down different aspects of online marketing. So from this, as we scroll all the way down, we can start to see what he prices it at, and you can see that it is a one-time payment of $397. So in this example, Adam is productizing all of his online marketing knowledge into this course, into this academy, which is very comparable to what Morton did with Passive Income Geek with his $299 course. The main difference though is that in this situation, it seems like this is a one-time purchase on Adam's part, whereas in Morton's case, he had set up a recurring revenue stream which allows him to continue to earn money and earn the trust of his existing customers by continuing to give them value. Now, I'm sure that you could learn a ton from watching all of Adam's 300 YouTube videos, but what he's done here with his 6-module course is he's probably packaged his best content together and made it into a simple to follow flow just for the business owner that doesn't necessarily have all that much time to spend watching 300 YouTube videos. In this situation as well, Adam's a little different from our prior example in that his course is actually his medium ticket offer. At $397, it is still much more affordable for somebody to purchase that course than it is to engage in one-on-one consulting with him. Overall, I think Adam's doing a great job of having a low ticket, a medium ticket, and a high ticket offer. They're all super clear as to who they're trying to target. And the only recommendation that I would probably give him is to consider introducing some sort of recurring revenue component into his online course. That way he could be more motivated to continue to update it and provide additional value for those customers that have already bought into the program. All that being said, with a YouTube channel of about 50,000 subscribers, if we use that same conversion metric of a 0.5% of his followers purchasing his online course, he would generate $74,000 from his course alone. That is not too shabby, and I'm sure if he were to introduce that recurring revenue component, he could maximize more revenue there while also ensuring that his members are getting an immense amount of value that they can't get elsewhere in other courses. There are 2 things to remember from today. The first one is that your niche should not limit you in your ability to productize your skills or your services. I hope you can tell from now that all 3 examples were from different niches, and yet they still figured out a way that they could productize their knowledge and scale it. The benefit here is that for every sale they make after the first one, it's pretty much 100% margins, assuming that they don't spend a ton of money on Facebook ads or paid advertising. These are assets that will continue to earn for them for years to come. The second thing to remember is that it's important for you to offer a wide range of offerings for your core audience. The best situation is one in which you have a low ticket offering, a medium, and then a high ticket offering. The reason why is because by better differentiating the different types of buyers in your audience, you're able to better meet the specific needs of these different types of people. As a result, you'll be able to give them the best experience for what they can afford while still allowing every single person to participate and engage with your brand or your business or whatever it is that you are building. Now it's your turn. Tell me in the comments below what's one thing you've learned from today's video. I always love to hear from you guys, and I try to read and respond to every single comment. Also, if you found value from this video, I greatly appreciate it when you hit that like button below. By doing so, you tell YouTube to show this to more people like you. And if you haven't already, I'd love if you consider subscribing. I teach you something new in sales, digital marketing, and entrepreneurship every single week to level up your business skills. This wraps up the mini-series on productizing yourself. Be sure to check out the playlist if you haven't watched all the videos there. In my next video, I'm excited to shift gears to talk more about cold emails and how to write cold emails that get replies. This will be super helpful for you if you are looking to get more clients, get your dream job, or whatever it is that you want to accomplish via email. But in the meantime, check out these videos that YouTube thinks you might like.